A Business Money Guide. Chapter 1. No matter what, know where your money is. Bootstrap management. Bootstrap management is a term used to describe a technique to optimize your business by cutting costs from within and generating money any way you can win in a tough situation. Do an informal analysis to see where you can cut costs in all areas such as energy usage, advertising, transportation, etc. Look at everything like buying smaller vehicles. Instead of going out for one delivery, wait for 2 or 3. Shut lights off after use. Use energy-efficient machines. Use internet, fax and telephone. You can buy a used computer and hook it up for precisely this purpose. Use email. Put in systems to counteract employee theft and retail theft. Close all doors immediately after use in the winter. Use low-energy lighting. Turn off lights and heat at night. If you advertise, do some kind of analysis to see if it's really bringing customers in. Find the most inexpensive garbage contractor to haul away your trash. Instead of full-time employees with benefits, consider independent contractors or part-timers without benefits. Lay off employees if you must. Find the cheapest delivery service by comparing all of them. If you travel, find low-cost flights. Warn your executives about going crazy on their expense accounts. Computerization and automation are cheaper in the long run. Maybe you can recycle some of your waste product and sell it for cash like fluoride from aluminum production. Move into a cheaper area, a smaller workspace if you must in order to cut expenses. Raise prices a little bit. Find new markets to sell your products to. Sell franchises or offer independent sellers the opportunity to sell your products. Take your time paying your bills. Speed up accounts receivable. For some businesses, producing less product is sometimes more profitable than large-scale operations. If you're backed in a corner, it might be better to downsize than go belly up. Sell a part of your company. Sell inventory at sale prices. Paying your bills info. Every business will get to the point where suppliers will offer terms on bills rather than requiring payment up front or on delivery. Their bills will probably be marked 2/10, net 30, which means you get a 2% discount if you pay within 10 days and the bill is due within 30 days. Many business owners will jump at the opportunity to save the 2% by paying early, and rightfully so. However, they can help their credit rating by paying at the end of 30 days. It's all a matter of your business credit history. All of the companies who offer you terms will be reporting your history to various credit bureaus. These bureaus get consulted by banks when they decide whether or not to give you a loan. By always taking advantage of the 2% discount, a business establishes a paying pattern. Thus, if you've been paying a company's bills in 5 days for the past year, this is what they will expect from forthcoming bills. Now, say 1 month has a tighter cash flow than normal and you must take 20 days to pay that bill. This sends up a red flag for the billing company. You normally pay in 5 days, why are you now paying in 20? Even though you paid the bill well within the deadline, you have given a sign that you had a cash flow problem. This uneven paying pattern can show up on your credit rating. Even though all your bills are paid on time, an uneven paying pattern can jeopardize your future chances for more and larger credit limits. If you always pay your bills on the 25th day of the due period, even when you can pay them early, that cash poor month won't look any different to the billing company. Most companies would rather grant terms to a company that always pays on the 25th day, than one that sometimes pays early, sometimes pays later, as this reflects an image of disorganization and uneven cash flow. Also, always paying toward the end of the due period will aid your cash flow. If you pay your bills consistently, at the same time every month, you will not be surprised by a sudden cash shortage. Say you decide to pay a bill early 1 month. Then, the next week, your main supplier calls to tell you about a closeout deal he has that would double your profits. Only problem is he can't offer terms, it has to be cash. Because you paid that bill early, you can't take advantage of the special deal. If you would have waited to pay it, your cash flow would have allowed the purchase and the resulting higher profit margin would have yielded the cash to pay the bill. fpl.com/business/budget_billing.html, a program that gives you more predictable electric bills by evening out your energy costs over the year so you pay about the same amount each month. Corporate finance/business finance. Corporate finance is an academic subject that lots of business schools offer either in the flesh or online as a distance course. Most small business owners don't need this kind of formal education. It's really only for financial officers in corporations. On one level, corporate finance is basic. Do you have enough money coming in through sales to meet all your bills and pocket a bit for yourself, your bills being all of the following: rent, for premises, equipment, etc. Salaries and wages. Legal and accounting fees. Utilities, heat, light and water. Telephone. Repairs and maintenance. Licenses and municipal taxes. Payments on mortgages/term loans. Insurance. Income tax payments. Other operating expenses. Payments on purchase of fixed assets. Interest paid on loans, short-term loans, lines of credit, overdrafts. Cash dividends paid. Payments on accounts payable/inventories. Corporate finance is a tedious, boring, necessary subject taught at most colleges as part of the business administration curriculum, with plenty of corporate finance textbooks out there. Corporate finance is all about accounting, balancing the books, cash flow, debt vs. equity, value vs. cost, financial statements, borrowing money, giving product on credit, making your company go public, business risk, financial leverage, capital costs, corporate taxes, fixed costs, variable costs, business loans, long-term financing, issuing dividends, long-term debt, stock options, stock warrants, leasing, financial planning, cash management, credit management, mergers, acquisitions, pension plans, international corporate finance, etc. The corporate finance textbooks I scanned were very in-depth and tedious, with mathematical and statistical equations, tables, forecasts, etc. If you're a small business owner, it's better to start educating yourself with the basics and leave the accounting to a professional so you don't get bogged down in all the details. I don't claim to understand corporate finance and don't claim to be a fan of the subject. I'm more a utopian visionary. Stick with the vision, leave the details to the hired administrators, but in the real world, you don't always have access to hired guns because you don't have the money to afford them, which is why you should learn the basics of how to manage the money in the business to know how it works and to keep one step up on your accounting people, some of whom may be trying to scam you. Don't raise money when you need it. Raise money when the financial markets are good, invest it when they're bad. Find corporate finance books at number 658.015, number 658.15 and HD 2341. HD 62, HD 69 and HG 3726, HG 4026 at the library or your local college bookstore. Chapter 2. Money Topics. Money Business Websites. allsmalobetize.com. articlecity.com/articles/business_finance/article_5764.html. articles.b-plans.com/index.php/business-a-business-no-money-no-problem. bizjournals.com. businessden.net/category/money-problems. businesstown.com/finance/problem.asp. jclasser.com, tax and finance books. mastercard.com/us/business/en/smallbiz/resources. emorebusiness.com. sba.gov. smallbusinessonlinecommunity.bankofamerica.com. Business credit cards websites. Cardratings.com. CorporateCredit.biz, build your small business credit. BusinessCreditCards.com. RewardsCards.com. PlasticRewards.com/creditcard/business.php. Visa.com/smallbusiness, business credit. ASAPCreditCard.com. Business.creditcard321.com. Chase.com. Citibank.com. CreditCardAssist.com. CreditCarda-Z.com. CreditCardGuide.com. CreditCardMenu.com. CreditCardOnDemand.com. Credit-Card-Outlet.com. CreditCards.com. CreditCardExpo.com. e-wisdom.com. find-creditcard.com. InstantCardOffers.com. MasterCardBusiness.com. Visa.com/business. MasterCardWorking.com. NationwideCardServices.com. Open.AmericanExpress.com. WriteCreditCards.com. SMALLBUSINESS-CREDITCARD.com. USACreditSeek.com. USA.Visa.com. WellsFargo.com. Retirement benefits. If you are self-employed with no employees, you can set up a SEP/IRA and a KIA plan. SEP/IRAs are simpler and more flexible. You can get the simple forms from mutual fund companies, financial brokerages, etc. There's no annual reporting to the IRS. When you have employees, if you set up a retirement plan for yourself, legally, you have to do it for them too. This is one advantage of either hiring independent contractors or part-timers, who do not work enough hours to legally qualify. No retirement plan to set up. No health insurance plan to set up. You could impose a waiting period, such that an employee must work for you for 2 or 3 years before her or she qualifies for the company retirement plan. Books about retirement planning are at number 332.02401, number 646.79 or HQ1062 at the library. 401kafe.com. 401kforum.com. 403bteachersguide.com. Osas.com/rwpfs, retirement software. aa2.com. aarp.org/taxa-ide/home, 888-227-7669, taxes for seniors. adventurepicks.com/retireme.hdm. agaafreason.com. allbenefits.com. altamira.com, financial calculator. ascc.org. aul.com/pension. awa.com/softlock/tturner/401k. awa.com/softlock/tturner/401k plan.html. bankrate.com. benefitslink.com. bpickercpa.com, 800-809-0015, Bookberry Picker's Guide to Retirement Distribution Planning. By gpub.com/finance/cashflowcalc.hdm, cashflow calculator. cdrgrp.com. cdtitles.com. centura.com. cigna.com. clrica.com, financial calculator. cv-c.com. fidelitye401k.com. quicken.com/retirement. retirementliving.com. retirementplanners.com. retirementready.net. retireonyourterms.com. retireweb.com. rickedelman.com. arothera.com. smartmoney.com. smartmoney.com/ac/retirement.